And welcome into To Your Health, or it could be Bon Appetit, because what you eat has a direct effect on your health. You want to eat good, but you want to also eat right. And today we have with us a very special guest who hasn't been here in a while, Molly Killman, and you're with the Alabama Department of Public Health, a dietitian.
Yes, sir.
Just what we need. We've got our own personal dietitian. I need to have you on speed dial. With the amount of things that I like, because you know I'm a full-blooded Italian. And
Okay.
you know, it's Mediterranean diets are okay.
Pasta.
With pasta, how much pasta can I really eat?
Well, it's all about moderation.
Okay, good.
Everything in moderation.
Yes.
And we really try not to focus too much on good foods versus bad foods, because all foods are part of what we enjoy. And if you enjoy pasta, I say eat it.
Okay.
But a certain amount every day, you know, that's going to vary a little bit per individual. But a cup is about a serving. And if you can keep it within a cup per meal, per serving, that would work great.
Now, cup, dry cup or wet cup?
Wet cup.
Wet cup. So in other words,
Ready
when,
to eat.
When all the pasta gets all nice and ready to eat, you get it in that cup, and that's a nice serving size.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not a lot, Jack.
Not a lot?
It's not as much
That's
as you
not a
think.
Oh, no. Okay. But basically, that's all I really need, though, isn't it?
To watch portion sizes?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I mean with the pasta. I probably don't need 2
yes.
cups. It just
you know,
depends. If I'm going to be active, I can do a little
If
bit
you
more.
are not going to have any sort of pasta in the evening, and maybe at lunch you want to have a
Okay.
little extra serving, that probably would work.
Okay. But people talk about and they think about diets, because right now we're getting ready to end this year, start the new year. Probably #1 resolution people make, I'm going to lose weight. Normally the way they lose weight is by watching what they eat. Is that not right?
That's right. Most people will make a resolution of some sort to eat healthier, or they may choose a specific diet that they think will help them through the process of losing weight. So we generally talk more about healthy lifestyles and
Keyword.
behavior changes. Sometimes a diet can be a little restrictive, and it may not be what you would normally eat. And one thing dietitians want people to do is enjoy their food. We don't want people to feel like they're having to count, measure, weigh their food. We want to be realistic and watch our portion sizes and enjoy what we're eating.
Of course, then too, when you're buying things at the store and you flip it around now, there's all this information. What are the key things we should be looking for in that?
On the nutrition label, yes,
Yeah.
it's very good
Ingredients?
if you. Well, what I would first look at is the serving size.
Okay.
Right.
Because a lot of times a
Right.
package is going to contain more than one serving.
I've learned that.
And if you eat the whole package,
Yeah.
you're getting more than one
Right.
serving, and you're getting maybe double the calories, double the sodium, double the fat. So I always look for that first,
Okay.
so that I'm aware of what I'm eating. I do look at calories. I would look at fat, sodium. It depends on what you're looking to improve. So if you have high blood pressure and you're looking to improve the amount of sodium in your diet, I would be looking at the sodium. If you are looking to avoid certain ingredients, yes, you would want to look at the ingredient list. And the first ingredient that you see is going to be what is in that product the most, in the most amount. So that's kind of one way you can gauge your ingredient list, is the order that they're placed in.
And then fat. Fat is not all bad. You have to have some fat in your system, but there's good fats and bad fats.
There are some fats that are better than others, but you're definitely right. You don't have to eliminate fat from your diet. There was a time many, many years ago when lots of folks were totally cutting out fat, and we do need fat in our bodies for different mechanisms, but there are better fats than others. I would always move towards an oil rather than a butter
Like
or
an olive
something.
oil.
Sure,
Yeah.
olive oil, canola oil. These are good examples of healthier fats. And then some of the foods that we eat have healthier fats in them. Avocados are an example of that. Nuts are an example of that. So not only the fat that we add, but just the type of fat that we're consuming.
Interesting to think that a nut would have fat. When you look at a nut and say, you
But
know, the
they're-
nut's got fat.
They're healthy. Almonds in
Okay,
particular.
Absolutely.
tell me another thing, milk. Because they keep saying, go ahead and get the good milk and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because there's not a hill of a billion. The difference between
True,
the whole
true.
milk and the 1% and the non-fat and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they add a lot of sugar then, don't they?
To chocolate milk they would, yes.
Okay, yes.
But milk is good for you. Milk is good, especially for children, to build bones, to preserve the strength of your bones. It has a lot of other nutrients in it. Whole milk is going to contain more fat and more calories versus a skim milk. I tend to go somewhere in the middle,
Okay.
usually 2% or
2%.
1%.
You know, you mentioned butter, and we ought to make clear too that butter is better for you than margarine,
Yes.
and
Oh.
definitely.
Oh, okay.
And
Great.
also, if you're insistent on butter, I understand the grass-fed butter that comes from grass-fed beef is better.
Oh, okay. Well, that may be some new science that I have not read yet.
Right.
But, you know, that's the thing about nutrition. Science is always
It's a moving-
changing
Yes, it
us.
does.
And so what
Absolutely.
It
is good
does.
for us one day may not be so good for us the next day. Again, I don't focus so much on good foods versus bad foods
Right.
because I like butter. I like margarine
but-
and I like oil, so I use a little bit of all of it. Yeah,
Moderation. Moderation
exactly.
is the key. Molly, we're going to get you to come back next week.
Okay.
Because we want to let people know about a thing that we do every year here called Scale Back Alabama.
Sure.
Thank you so much. If your resolution is to be better eating, then make it a lifestyle change. Don't go on a crash diet. We'll be right back right after this.